Hey guys, how are you doing? Today, after a long time, I finally finished another video of the F4 CORSAIR. Sorry that things don't always happen so quickly, but it's just a hobby at the moment, and real life at work also has its challenges. Today I'm going to talk about the paint job and share my experience with this project with you. No, first of all, after completing the engine and cockpit, we come to the preparatory measures before painting. It was difficult for me to decide when to install the engine in this kit, as it is very difficult to paint the interior after the engine has been installed. The kit is a little different to other kits in this respect, so I try to do my best. So first I assembled the fuselage, fitted the engine, and then painted the engine compartment AK262 green. Here you have to cut out a small mask and paint it carefully with airbrush afterwards. So the kit then required some sanding work, especially on the wings and the airframe, the rivets and the engravings that had disappeared in the process were redrawn with a small saw from CMK, rivet wheel and an engraving tool. After that I softened the areas with a thin MES sanding. So let's move on to the paintwork. I use a 0.2 nozzle for the airbrush. After thoroughly cleaning the model, the primer is applied. Black offers the advantage that even if something was not completely painted during the main color application, the plastic doesn't show through immediately, but it looks more like shading. So from my point of view, it's the best way to prime your models in black more than gray or like. But it's up to you, you can do whatever you want. After a short drying time, I started to apply a pre-shading using X2 lines. I diluted it with isopropanol alcohol in the ratio 80-20 and tried to lighten the spectrum. You can do whatever you want. I recommend to use some reference pictures just to find out where are more highlighted areas or darker areas. But as I said, it's up to you, and you can do whatever you want. as some areas were too contrasting for me, I simply spread the thin mist of paint over the entire model to soften the stark contrast a little with Tamiya XF2. For the main color, I then decided to use navy blue from Mr. Color. In my opinion, the colors are not as good and easy to work with as AK Real Colors or Tamiya. That's why I decided to go back to AK and Tamiya after all. I overpainted the dark base color with the blue tone mixed from Tamiya XF17C blue and AK RC011 blue. Starting with the selected areas, I then used Tamiya XF2 to lighten further areas and thus achieved a nice contrast on the surface. The decals came from Hoist models. They are of good quality but require special processing before they are applied. You have to cut them out very close to lettering or markings to avoid edges. And this cost me a lot of nerves to do this, but once they are on the model they look great. At the end you should seal the whole model with semi-gloss varnish and leave to dry before you move on to the next step. Panel lines, I choose two variants of panel line washes. First, panel line gray from Ammo, and second, camouflage or black from AK. I didn't want any dark lines, so I used a very light shade for the panel lines. I applied it directly from the bottle with the brush. Leave to dry for 10 to 15 minutes and wipe off again with either cotton bud or toilet paper. Pay attention to the direction of the application, and from my point of view, kitchen roll was too scratchy for me, and with the cotton bud or the toilet paper I was able to remove the excess paint easily, but it's up to you. You have to take care with the base color, so it's better to use something very soft like cotton. You can see the result before the aging process continues. I hope you enjoyed it and would be delighted if you subscribe.